Anxiety can take on many different shapes and forms, and for most people, the worst part about anxiety is that niggling doubt in the back of their minds that is this symptom or group of symptoms that they are experiencing, is it just anxiety or is it something more sinister? And that in itself, that unknown, often then drives more anxiety. So what I want to do in this video is talk you through a list of the most common anxiety symptoms. We're just going to go through this list briefly. And I'm sure you guys are already aware of these and have probably experienced them yourself as well. But then after, I want to go through a list of some of the more surprising anxiety symptoms. And these are the type of symptoms that, although are very, very common among anxiety sufferers, also a lot of people don't realize they are anxiety symptoms. And some of them are quite bad. So when you experience them, this fuels more anxiety as you're not confident this is just anxiety. So hopefully by going through these two lists, it will give you guys a little bit of peace of mind. So common anxiety symptoms. Like I say, we're going to go through this very, very quickly. Headaches are very, very common with anxiety. So is a racing heart or a more noticeable heartbeat. Breathlessness or shortness of breath, struggling to get your breath because you're feeling so anxious. Muscle tension, this can be anywhere in the body, most commonly in the chest, in the throat, the shoulders, the neck, and the jaw. Dizziness or lightheadedness, especially first thing in the morning when you get out of bed or if you get out quickly during the day. It's very, very common for anxiety sufferers to experience dizziness or lightheadedness. Restlessness or feeling on edge. And if you've had anxiety, you know what feeling on edge feels like. Loss of appetite, flush face, so feeling really hot in the face, having a red face. But equally, temperature fluctuations as well, going from hot to cold, so from sweating to chills. If you've got some sort of virus or infection and your body's fighting it, anxiety can mimic those symptoms. Shaking or trembling, especially noticeable in the hands. Difficulty sleeping, this includes early waking up as well. That's one of the most common ones I get. I know if I'm anxious overall, I often wake up early, or just general difficulty in concentrating throughout the day. A sense of impending doom. When you're experiencing some of these symptoms, you feel very, very fearful. So there's overall sense of impending doom. So I'm sure if you're experiencing anxiety at the moment, you've experienced many of these symptoms. Now we're going to move on to some of the more surprising anxiety symptoms. And like I say, unless you are aware that anxiety can cause these, if you experience any of these symptoms, they are going to drive anxiety themselves. So kind of self-fulfilling if you do experience these. So up first, we have feeling detached or not real, also known as depersonalization. And honestly, looking back, this is probably the first real symptom of anxiety that I experienced in my life when I thought something is wrong with me. It felt like I wasn't taking part in my life anymore. It felt like I was observing it, like I was watching it through a letterbox. I was in control of what I was doing, but it didn't feel like it was me doing it. It was a very, very strange feeling. And if you're experiencing it yourself, just know that as strange as it feels, it's very likely just anxiety driving it. So in the first list, we mentioned that you can notice your heartbeat more, or you may notice your heart racing, but also you may actually experience chest pain, which feels like you're going to have some sort of heart attack, and heart palpitations, where your heart skipping about in your chest. This is a very, very common one, which is a lump in your throat, the sensation of a lump. So this isn't a physical lump, but due to the tension and the tightness, it feels like there is a lump in your throat, and that can make it feel like it's very difficult to swallow as well. Brain fog or forgetfulness. Who would have thought that anxiety can make you forget things? Blurred vision or visual snow. Imagine if you didn't know this was anxiety, how scary it would be to have blurred vision. Tinnitus or ringing in the ears, and this isn't limited to just ringing, it can be other sounds. Body aches or feeling drained. So with all that cortisol, tension and adrenaline in your blood, it's no wonder your body parts just feel absolutely exhausted and drained and achy. Skin crawling or itchiness, excessive yawning or sighing. So this is your body's attempt almost to self-regulate. So you may see this in pets, for example. If a dog's been in a difficult situation and has been feeling anxious, you'll see the dog yawning a lot, trying to regulate itself. So we're doing the same for excessive yawning or sighing. So in the common list, we mentioned that you may lose your appetite, but other digestive issues are absolutely possible with anxiety. So you may experience bloating, burping, nausea, diarrhea. It can really do a number on your inner workings. Sudden urge to cry or laugh. So I like to think of it as emotional frailty. It's very difficult to control your emotions if you are running with high anxiety. So It wouldn't be uncommon to watch a TV show or a film and go from laughing to crying and back again within the space of a couple of minutes. And that is normally a very, very clear sign. If your emotions are doing that, if they are yo-yoing, that is a very good sign you are experiencing anxiety at the moment. Coldness, numbness, or pins and needles in your extremities, such as your hands, your feet, or face. Changes in menstrual cycle or libido. Low vitamin or mineral levels. So if anxiety is impacting your eating habits, that can cause low vitamin or mineral levels. Or if it's impacting your behavior, so maybe you're not going outside and getting enough sun, again, that could impact your vitamin D levels. And frequent illness or slower to recover when you are ill. These are all very common, but also not that well known anxiety symptoms. And like I say, if you experience these without knowing that anxiety could be driving them, it fuels even more anxiety. So what are some of the surprising anxiety symptoms that you've experienced? Because although I've put together these lists, there are many, many other symptoms out there. So please head down to the comments and let us know what you've been experiencing. Also, while you're down there, this is only my second ever video on the channel. So make sure you're subscribed for more videos. And if you want to know how to overcome anxiety, check out my video from last week. I'm going to pop up a link to that video now, and I'll see you guys over there.